Hi, beautiful. You look so good. What'd you do on your eyes? Is it glitter?
No, I did like a smoky eye.
It looks so good. Oh my God. It's so
Does it?
weird because, like, I see you every day, but, like, with makeup, we don't see each other very often. So, I'm like, "Woo."
I know,
I
man.
want to start. I want to start hating on you.
You know what's crazy is I used to, I mean, we just talked about this, but like I used to wear makeup every day to the
Yeah.
nines, like at least
Yeah.
an hour, do my face, do my lashes, do the whole bit. And now, like, I just cannot be bothered with all that. So it's
No.
funny. So now when I have full face of makeup, people are like, oh. And I'm like, I know, I never wear makeup anymore. I swear I'm not always homeless.
I mean, but see, that's the thing. Like, the trend is not like looking homeless. The trends recently, which whatever, screw the trends. Whatever you like to do, you can do it. You don't have to
Yeah.
wait for it to come back in fashion or whatever. But like that big makeup that we used to do, that's not like a thing anymore. Like
Yeah,
it's the
totally.
clean
Totally.
girl makeup. Like you're supposed to look natural and whatever, which again, I mentioned that in last episode. When I put makeup on, I don't really want to look natural. Like, you know what I mean? I want to look like I have makeup on. Like, not to the point where it looks like costume makeup, but
Yeah.
at the same time,
Yeah.
like I want people to be like, "Oh, like she put makeup on," you know?
No, like your face today is perfect because you're not you I think the point of makeup is just to accentuate what you already have,
Yes,
right?
enhance it. Like today, okay,
Enhance. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna tell you exactly what I have today. I have concealer, but I have
Okay.
like a shit ton of it. I have no foundation, like because I just can't be bothered. It's a
Cuz your
Sunday,
skin
like
is perfect.
because who
Okay.
cares? No, it's not. It's not
Yes, it
perfect.
is.
It's
So good.
I'm very blessed, but it's not perfect.
You have
Uh,
really good skin.
like I'm very blessed. Thanks, mama. Because my mama like gave it to me seriously. Because I did not take care of my skin when I was in my early 20s. Like I barely washed my face. So the fact that I still have a face, it's just strictly genes. Okay, so I have concealer. I didn't want to do like a liquid bronzer, so I just did a powder bronzer all over. Again,
So
very
good.
sloppy.
No,
And
looks
then
great.
I went a little bit 2014 with my highlighter. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I
It looks so good.
snatched to the gods
It looks so good.
and a little bit of blush, and that's it. But you look beautiful.
Oh, you're so sweet.
So, what are you guys doing today?
So we are doing a little family photo shoot. My one of my old girlfriends, she actually used to be an employee of mine, and we
Uh-huh.
became friends, and then she stopped working because she got married and she doesn't have to work anymore, so she's doing the mom thing. But she's starting up, she's been, I mean, I guess maybe not starting up anymore, but she's been trying to start up like a like a photography business.
Okay.
And so she's been doing that for a couple years now, and so anytime she like offers things, I try and, support her business. So today we're doing a little photo shoot. It's a little expensive. I was kind of hoping for the homie discount, but I also totally get it because she needs to make a living too, right?
Yeah,
So,
for sure. And I mean, honestly, however much she charges you, I don't know. You can tell me after. I'm sure it's still cheaper compared to what other people charge people because I
yeah,
was looking for I remember when you were going to come and visit me in July and I was like, let me look around and see like some photographers cuz I have a couple of people that I know, but I was like, oh, let me just look like what photographers charge.
I know. I know it's crazy. It's
there's
crazy.
there's no way me and you can have a professional photo shoot if like we're gonna be using
I know.
professional photographers because and okay and, we should have a whole separate episode on that, but I'm just gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it with you. I think a lot of freelancers, and that includes like makeup artists, hair stylists, masseuse, photographers. I think some of them have gone completely nuts
I think so
with the
too.
prices and their policies and the deposit and like if you're late 1 minute, I'm gonna charge you $1 million and this and that and the other. Like I get it. Again, I respect everybody's hustle. Like if you have found a source of income that like you love and like fulfills you, and I get it. Like you should 100% respect your time and people should pay for your time, but like
I know. I agree. It's wild, especially like some of these things, like lash artists, for example. Like the cost to do, I used to do lashes.
Yeah.
The cost to actually do lashes, like the material, is the most minimal cost ever. And a lot of these people are doing it from their house, so they have no overhead
Yeah.
cost except for the material. And them charging like $300 for a set is blows my flipping mind. And then a tip on top of that, I'm just like, to your point, like I get it. Like charge what you need to, charge what you
Yes.
deserve. But like, really? Like you have no overhead cost besides the product. It's like so minimal. You're gonna spend $20 for a whole thing of lashes that are gonna go for all your clients this week. Not really, but pretty much. And then you're gonna charge 300 an hour? Like
Yeah.
it's just wild to me.
No, yeah, I 100% agree. And I feel like that's again, please don't take my word too seriously because again, I'm not a freelance professional, so I don't really know how to set prices and stuff, but like I feel like that's a very easy way to lose customers because like if I was working with someone like and I was getting my nails done, let's just say like every month and the prices kept going up and up and up and the policies were getting stricter and stricter, I would feel like I can go somewhere else. You know what I
I
mean? It's
know. I
like
know.
and then I I don't know because I
I
feel
know.
like I'm trying to find like a segue into us talking about Wicked, and I wanted to talk about no,
Let's
and I
jump to
wanted
it.
to talk about Cynthia Erivo's nail artist that she has been working with for years, like since before she was like famous or anything. So, and that girl, because she has been working with her for so long, she was the one who was creating the nail sets for Elphaba. Like,
Yep.
how freaking amazing and almost like life changing it
Oh,
is for you to do
100%.
nails for like the biggest movie adaptation in the past however many years.
Yeah, totally. She was just, a whatever, a great nail artist, but now, like, just because one of her
Yep.
clients happened to be this person, her life is forever changed.
Yeah, and then I mean she can charge however much she wants to now.
Well, yeah, and that's a good point because if you have something to back it and
Yeah,
like, Miami Ink, for example, they can charge a ton of money for their tattoos because they were on TV and people are just
exactly.
like, I just want
Exactly.
a tattoo from Miami Ink. That's,
Exactly.
whatever, do your thing, but come on, man. It's a I don't know. The beauty industry is so competitive and I don't know, girl. It's hard. That's why I don't get my lashes done anymore because it's too damn expensive. I wish I could do my
Could
own.
you potentially do your own lashes because you know
No.
how to do it? No.
I used to. It's so funny. I'll send you some pictures. I used to try, but that glue burns so bad if you don't have your eyes closed. That's why when you get them done, you're closed, you're taped, and then they
Yeah.
dry it.
Oh, yeah. You're
But
right.
so
You're
when
right.
I was trying to do it one at a time, and I was just like trying, it can't be good for your eyes. I did it a
No.
few times. And then I was like, I'm gonna be blind.
No. Yeah.
But what I really wanted to do, I've been thinking off and on about doing lashes again. But what I really wanted to do was just find a buddy and like I do yours, you do mine. We just trade services.
That's amazing. I feel like that's probably like the best scenario when like somebody can do nails and the other person can do hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like one person does lashes or the other person does like something else. It's almost like tit for tat. But let's talk about the weekend. I couldn't wait. I can't. I want to talk about it every second of my life.
Okay. I saw it before you did.
Yes.
Tell me about. Do you want to start? Tell me about your Wicked history for one, because
Okay.
I know Wicked is one of those things similar to like Harry Potter,
Yeah.
where like there are die
Yeah.
hard Wicked fans out there. Did you know the Wicked story? Have you seen Wicked prior to this coming out? What's your history?
So okay. I don't have like a wild history. Like when I say like I'm a theater kid, I'm not like an obsessed theater kid who just walks around and sings songs about everything. Like I was in drama club when I was at school and I love musicals and I had a chance to see some of the big musicals like Beauty and the
Yeah,
Beast, I saw Mamma Mia, I saw Annie, but I never had a chance to see Wicked.
yeah,
When the original Wicked, when it was the original cast, I obviously was in Russia and there was no way I could have seen it. And then when I moved to the States, obviously it was like a totally different cast already. And I was like, I really want to see Wicked. I really want to see Wicked. Uh, but I never got the chance for it for stupid reasons, literally for stupid reasons. Like we couldn't find a good time and we were already leaving New York. And I didn't, I know it sounds like really snobby, but I didn't want to go and see it in like a local theater. I don't know,
That's not
please
snobby.
don't hate on me. Like the first
No,
time I wanted my Wicked experience to be on Broadway. I was
of
like, I
course.
want to do that. And then
Yeah,
it never happened. And I moved to California. So I moved away from the East Coast. I'm very far from New York now. So,
yeah.
and again, we have Wicked uh going in our like local theater over here, but it's not the same. It's like a bootleg version. But I've
Not
always
bootlegged.
loved songs from the musical. Defying Gravity has
Yes.
always been
Oh,
like one of my favorite songs. You know why? Because of show Glee, because I was so big on
oh,
Glee.
I
And
never saw
then
Glee.
okay, so yeah, and they're theater kids, so they were singing Defying Gravity and Popular and Wizard and Me.
Uh,
So like I knew a lot of the songs. So kind of I knew the lore and the whole like history around it and stuff, but I wasn't like obsessed with it. When they started
yeah.
first talking about casting people, they were like, "Oh, Ariana is going to be a Glinda," and I was like, "I so see it," because you know me, I love Ariana. I've been an Ariana fan for a very very long time, so I was like, "Oh my god, I can see it." And another sweet thing about it, she's been wanting to being Wicked her whole life.
Yeah,
She
I've
met
heard that.
Kristen. She was 10 years old, and but she's always wanted to be Elphaba, which is crazy.
Oh, interesting. I
Yeah,
didn't know
but
that.
she's a perfect Linda. So yeah, I pretty much I knew everything going in the Wicked. Like I know what's gonna happen in the second part. You know what I mean? There's no spoilers for me. Like everything, I knew everything going in, but I was still so extremely pleasantly surprised. Okay, you can take now. Sorry.
Wow. I love that. So for me, I mean, similarly, I love theater. I like Rent, Hamilton, Chicago, like just I love theater.
Yeah.
I told you already, like my bucket list item is to be on a Broadway show. But like I when I'm sitting there watching anything really in theater, especially on Broadway, I'm just like the whole time just like mouth open, just like it just fills my cup. But anyway, with that said, surprisingly, I have never seen Wicked, and I have this weird, I don't know if it's a habit or like something about me where when something is really overly hyped, I like tend to turn away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And so like Wicked has been so popular. Same with shows. Like all the popular
Yeah.
shows I never got
Yeah.
into, didn't watch. And it's like a subconscious weird thing. Like if
Mm-hmm.
it's popular, I don't watch it. 90 Day Fiance, never watched it. Friends, didn't watch it. Glee,
You're just trying to like be better than everybody and just
I
be
don't
like,
know. I don't think so. I don't know. It's like this weird. I'm not like consciously like I'm not watching that
yeah,
show,
yeah,
but for
yeah.
some, The Office, like all those shows, never watched it. But anyways, so Wicked for some reason I was just like I don't know. I never was really interested. But when it came in theater, my sister-in-law's sister
Uh-huh.
reached out to me and she's like, I know you love theater. Do you want to plan a day to go together? And I'm like,
Mhm.
sure. She was similar to like what you're saying. Like she knew all about it.
Yeah, okay.
And she was like, I'm so excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm excited too. Like I love musicals. I love theater. So I'm sure I'll like it. So anyways, we went though, and it was just it's very long, and I wish I saw it I wish I could see that cast live. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But the music was phenomenal.
Ugh.
The plot was great. Like I said, I didn't know anything about it. Like I purposely didn't research it and I just went in. It was amazing, and it's one of those shows, in my opinion, where like the music gets better with time. I've been listening to the soundtrack on repeat. Me and my daughter are like obsessed with it. We want to go back and watch it again. I think we will.
Me too. Me too.
Yes.
I want to go by myself and I want to like selfishly experience it just for
You
me.
should. You should. And like my daughter just turned 7, and 3-hour movie is like long. So I was a little
Yeah.
concerned about that. But she loved it. She says it's her favorite movie now. She wants to go back. But we listen to the music constantly. Defying Gravity talking about it gives me chills.
Ugh.
Like just the fact that Cynthia not only did her own stunts, but literally sang that song while performing and doing her stunts blows my mind. Her voice gives me chills every single time. Like, just the sultry and the depth and the power. I don't know anything about her. I know you said there's some controversial things with her, but like just her voice alone and her acting, like I'm getting chills now just talking about her. She is so talented.
I know.
And Ariana Grande, full transparency, like I never got into the hype of her. I love that Just Like Magic song. But like I never knew she had a voice like that. Like when I
Yes.
heard her singing in Wicked, I was like shooketh.
Yeah,
I was
like
like the
Ariana Grande is
talent.
actually no, Ariana Grande is like, to me, I don't think she's ever been overhyped with her singing. Yes, she's probably been overhyped in the media with who she was dating, but that's not her fault. You know what I mean? If people are objectifying her and if people are, trying to break down every detail of her personal life, that's not to her. But like singing, she has, and that's another great thing about Ariana, she has a wide range. So
Oh my
it's
god,
not like,
totally.
you know what I mean? Like she,
Yes.
especially like in the opening when No One Mourns the Wicked, when she goes into like such a high pitch,
Oh my god,
and
I know.
and obviously
Opera
there's,
style even.
yes, and
I was
obviously
like,
there's like a story behind it. So basically they say when Glinda sings like very high pitch, when it's like that means that she's being fake. That means that she's not being herself.
oh,
Because obviously at the beginning, when she has to pretend that she is happy that her best friend died, she's faking it because she's not happy. She's like, my bestie gone. Which,
that's
shh,
wild to me.
she's not gone. But okay, what I wanted to say is I wanted to go back to that whole situation of Ariana and Ethan Slater and them getting the Bach.
I did not even know they were dating until you told me. You are
Nessa.
my
Nessa.
celebrity. You are my celebrity pop history. Again,
Yes.
I don't
And
even pay
you know
attention.
what? I don't take that title lightly. Like,
No, you are the queen of the gossip for celebs.
thank you for letting me be your queen.
Somebody's got to do it, okay?
Someone has to do it, and it's going to be
Someone's
you.
got to do it.
So I was actually thinking about her. Her name is Lily Jade. So that's his ex-wife that was pregnant while they were filming Wicked.
Wait.
And
So Bach, the redhead, was married. I need the history because I don't know anything about this.
okay, so I told you a little bit, but you probably already forgot.
Yeah.
So he was married and Ariana was married. Okay.
I didn't even know she was
And
married.
okay, yes. Apparently, allegedly, they started dating during the production, and his wife
Wait.
was,
Pause. While they both were still married?
yes,
Ooh. Okay.
yes. This is so wild because there's actual proof to the fact that we have this conversation on the podcast. So if somebody wants to prove me wrong,
We talked about this previously?
yes.
Oh. Okay.
So okay,
I live in the moment, okay? I
they
don't
started
remember.
they started dating,
Mhm.
okay, and then obviously she divorced her husband and he divorced his pregnant wife, or soon to, or already with the baby wife, I don't know.
Okay.
Can you imagine being that woman right now, his ex-wife, because she can't even go and enjoy this big movie that she's probably a fan of because she's a theater kid too. She's an actress. Can you imagine not being able to go to the movie theater to watch it because your ex-husband's face is all over the fucking screen?
Yeah, that would be so rough, but they've got to also be sort of used to it because this is not his first show, right? I mean, like this is his career.
No, this is his first movie.
Oh, and you know what? This also goes back. This is obviously on a much larger scale, but this goes back to our conversation not last episode, but the episode before where we talked about cheating with your coworkers.
Yep.
To these people, these are their coworkers. This is a prime example. He was potentially in a happy marriage, child on the way, but now that you're with this person day in, day out, you're having these intimate moments with them and you start creating feelings and there you go.
And again, we don't know 100% what happened, right? Like, I don't know, maybe they were already separated, both of the couples. I don't know. Ariana, again, as much as I love her as an artist, she has not had the best reputation throughout the years because it
Yeah.
feels like every relationship she gets into, she kind of like breaks another relationship for her to get
Mm-hmm.
into it, and that's my least favorite kind of person. Like,
That sucks.
you can do a lot of things that I can give you a green pass for, but like being a
Like,
homewrecker, I don't know, not my
you would
favorite
never
thing.
trust Ariana around your man.
Do you blame me?
No.
No. No, but
No,
I'm
I'm
very
saying in
grateful.
general.
I'm very grateful that she broke off her engagement with Pete Davidson, so now the man can be with me. Uh
That's in
okay.
2025, right?
Uh
Coming 2025, Pete
Coming
Davidson and
2025
Fatima.
finally. Okay. So, thoughts and prayers are going to Lily J, Ethan Slater's ex-wife.
Yeah, that
Hopefully you
sucks.
were able to see Wicked somehow. Maybe you just have to wait until it comes home and you don't have to be in front of people. I don't know. I don't know how you're going to do it.
That sucks.
Okay, you don't have TikTok, so you haven't heard this
Nope.
story, but I have to tell you. I have to tell you. So,
What is it?
it was what stood out to me. I mean, you're gonna hear the story. A lot of things stand out, but the flight that the lady took was from LA to Seattle, so it's very relevant for us. It hits home. Okay,
Totally.
so the
What happened?
situation is, uh there's two POVs. There's POV of a flight attendant and there's a POV of a traveler. So the lady
Okay.
said that she gets really anxious traveling and she took Ambien for her 2-hour flight.
Okay. Sleeping pill. Yep.
Yeah, strong.
Very strong.
And then
My
there is
mom, my
another
mom used to take it.
POV
I've
of
got
a
all kinds
flight
of stories.
attendant. And the flight attendant said that she was like walking and she saw legs up in the air. So she was going to come up to the lady and say, hey, like, like be respectful of other people. Don't, have your legs up. When she came up to the lady was seemingly sleeping, just the way like she was, like her eyes were closed, but she was masturbating, hands
Oh
down, full
my god.
on touching herself
Oh my god. Probably in her sleep.
in her sleep. And
Yeah.
the flight attendant says like she could see her eyes were rolling back because she was probably getting off in her sleep. So
How
she
embarrassing.
started like waking her up and saying, ma'am, what are you doing? She threw a blanket on her because her pants were down.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine? And she was
Oh
like,
my
ma'am, like, wake
god.
up. And she started like coming to, and you can tell like she was out of it. Because she took Ambien, whatever that thing is
Yeah,
called, for
Ambien.
like
Yep.
Ambien for her 2-hour flight. Like, dude, like that thing is serious. Like, you're supposed to be passed out for hours with that thing.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it says it on the bottle. Like, if you can't sleep for 6 hours at least, you don't take it.
Dude. And she was like coming back and forth from her sleeping in, and then, well, obviously she had to inform the pilots. The pilots had to contact the police. So as soon as they landed, the police were going to come. And because isn't that like,
Indecent exposure
yeah.
at its finest.
And she was like, oh, like all fucked up and shit. And she was like, yeah, ma'am, like the police are coming for you. And she was like, why? Why are the police coming for me? She was like, ma'am, like I just
Oh my
so
god.
we don't know, we don't have an update yet on what charges she has, if she has charges, if she's on no flight list. We don't know none of that, but
Oh, I'm
hopefully
sure she
by
will.
the next episode I will have updates on the story. But I just, every time I open up my phone, my Instagram, my TikTok, and I think I've seen it all, nothing can surprise me anymore.
No, because humans are crazy. We've never seen it all. Like, just period. We've never seen it all. Here's the thing. I never used to have anxiety ever with flying. Fun fact, when we started filming for Curvy Connection, if you guys
Mhm.
haven't known, like that's how me and Fatima met each other, is through this plus size dating show we did called Curvy Connection. It was so fun. But anyways, so we filmed in Rhode Island. So I live in Washington. Fatima lives in California. A lot of girls lived elsewhere. And we flew in, right?
Uh-huh.
I've literally never had a problem flying. I love to travel. I fly regularly. On the way to Rhode Island, I randomly passed out, peed myself, had a seizure, and woke up, and there was like all these random people next to me. There was like 3 flight attendants in the front of me, 3 in the back, and some random dude was like this, like trying to get my blood pressure, I guess. And he's like, I'm a doctor. What's your name? What day is it? Whatever. So embarrassing because I literally peed myself. Like, I was like, oh my God. I looked up at him. He was like really attractive too, coincidentally. And I'm like, I peed. But anyways, long story short, after that incident, I had such bad anxiety because I've never had issues. I don't have
Yeah.
epilepsy. Like, I've never had anything.
And
So like,
granted, that was my first impression of her. Like, she was the girl that like had a seizure mid-flight.
yeah, it was horrible. I was the last one to the house for filming. So if you watch Curvy Connection when I'm coming in, I'm like so frazzled. I almost turned around and went home, but I was like, I'm here.
Is that what helped you get the rose? Is that like the damsel in distress type of
No.
thing?
You'll have to ask our boy because he blocked me on everything, so I can't ask him. Anyway,
Okay.
no hard feelings on my end. Like, we just
No.
didn't work out. I didn't know I had to be blocked on everything. But
Yeah.
anyway, so long story short, all that to say, I totally get having anxiety on flights.
Yeah.
But you still need to take responsibility for your own behavior. And so moving forward, I went to the doctor, got an MRI, got all these things, and like, I'm fine. So,
Yeah.
but it's happened to me several times since on the plane.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he prescribed me something similar, not Ambien, but like a oh God, what's it called? It's when you have a panic attack, basically.
Okay.
It helps with anxiety, but it actually does help with seizures too. So it's a
Okay.
win-win. But I only take half a pill, even though I feel like I should probably take a full pill because of that. I'm so scared. I'm by myself. I'm sitting with a bunch of strangers and I lose my mind on whatever I'm taking. You know, like, even if you have anxiety or you have issues, you need to still take responsibility for yourself. Whether that be you have somebody flying with you to watch
Yeah.
over you, or you need to
Yeah.
watch what you're taking. Like, that's your responsibility.
No, 100%. Because like I feel weird not taking anything, but thinking like, oh, like what if I fall asleep and then like I start snoring, which I'm not like a snorer in general,
Yeah.
but like, you know, when you're in public, you're gonna be like,
Yeah, of course.
like
Yes.
I'm gonna start drooling, or what if like I
Yes.
accidentally start like, you know, sort of leaning on
Snuggling up with
someone
your neighbor.
else, and then I look and it's a handsome single man, and he's like, hello, and I say, hello.
There you go. That's how you're gonna find your man. On your way to Seattle, you're gonna sit next to some schmexy man.
So let's pray. But yeah,
Yeah.
we will
Never
get
worked out that
updates
way.
on that story, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay. Are you ready to get into our topic?
Yes.
Okay. So, what should we start with?
Did we discuss our question we asked the audience?
Yes. Great. I wrote down so pretty much on, I don't know about your page, but on my page and on my page it was about like 150 people who uh, participated in the survey. So, and then whatever it was on our Girl Goggles page, but the numbers were pretty much similar.
Mm-hmm.
So the question was, if you saw your partner, if you saw your friend's partner out and about with someone else, would you tell them? If you knew that they were cheating, would you tell them?
Mm-hmm.
So there was an option of Absifak which it was about like 62-57% on
Yep.
both pages, which is the
Yep.
majority.
Yep.
That's sort of like your first initial reaction, right?
Yep.
So like
Yep.
as humans, and especially as women, you know,
Yep.
we are protectors and we are nurturers, and we don't want anyone that we love and care about to hurt. So that's the first thing. Fucking yes.
Yep.
So then there was none of my business, which was crazy that On my page, it was 8%, so it was quite a few people. And on Girl Goggles, it was 4%. I think it was like one or two people. Which again, I'm not saying it like judgingly. I'm just saying like
Yeah.
this is just a statistic. And
Uh-huh.
then there was a third option that was like depends on how close the friend is,
Yeah.
and they were both like 30%. Um okay, which one did you choose? Let's start with that.
I chose the third option. I said it
Mhm.
depends on how close you were. And the reason behind my choice is I think it really depends on how close you are. If it was one of my girlfriends, if it was you, if it was Val, if it was my
Yep.
neighbor Megan, if it was somebody where I have a relationship with that person and they're a friend of mine, I really care about them, then I think the right thing to do is to let them know.
Yes.
But there's so many gray areas. If it's somebody I work with, or if it's a co-parent, or if it's somebody that I have to deal with regularly and I don't owe them anything. We're not close. We're not good friends. I don't know that I want to open that can of worms, to be honest. I
Yes.
really treasure my peace,
Mhm.
and I feel like I don't know all the ins and outs of these people's relationship, especially if they're not good friends of mine. So, like, maybe they're on a break. I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe they have an open relationship. I don't know. And I don't want to be like a drama starter.
Yep.
Um, and if they're not a friend of mine and I don't know the situation, then I kind of want to stay out of it.
Yep.
What do you
No.
think?
No, I agree. I chose the first one, but it goes back to saying a friend. Like there, I think I have different views on like what friend and acquaintance is. Because like you need to start. A lot of people need to start uh learning how to use different words for different groups of people. You know how people say like, "Oh, that's my friend. That's my friend." Like, no, that's
Yes.
that's your coworker, that's your
Yes.
neighbor.
Yep.
That's your like this, like that's your gym buddy. Like
Yep.
that's not like not everybody's your friend. But
Yep.
like obviously, if we're talking about friends, people that are part of my life or an active part of my life, absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
No, I agree.
That
I
very
agree.
second, it was so crazy because I got a DM and the girl was like, I'd be recording saying hi. Yeah, that'd be 100% me. I would be like, hello, like what the hell is
Yes.
this? I'm gonna start some shit right then and there. But I back you up 100%. If it's somebody that like, if it's like my neighbor or even like my coworker, I don't know what the situation is. Like, I don't know your relationship dynamics.
Well, exactly.
I don't know if you're an open relationship,
Exactly. That's where I'm at.
Sometimes you see people on dating apps, and what if they're looking for the third? Again,
Yeah,
no,
girl. That's
without judgment. I'm not saying it to be like woo, like whatever. I'm just
yeah.
saying it like
You
different
don't
people
know.
have different lives, and the way
Yeah.
they view marriage and partnership is so different to each
Yeah.
person. So it's like before I need to know more information. But
Exactly.
somebody DM me was like, good friends, yes, obviously I'll tell them that they're being cheating on. Otherwise I'll be the one gossiping. And I was like, oh my god, I can relate to this so much because I hate to say it, but like if I saw like my neighbor out there somewhere with like another man, and I'd be like, you be the first one, you, Yachty, Jane,
Yep.
Hillary, any of you people, I would
Yep.
be like, you're never gonna believe
Guess
what the
what?
fuck. Guess fucking
I know. I
what?
know. Well, that's what I did in my situation, which again, like we're just hinting at, but like I had a
Oh,
similar situation to this. It was not my friend, but it's somebody I have to deal with. And I don't know their ins and outs. And maybe they really are in an open relationship or on a break. They've been off and on for God knows how long.
they're most likely they're not in open relationship.
Probably
Just
not, but
yeah,
I don't want to deal with it because the one
no,
who's in the wrong is the one I have to deal with the most. And like, I'm not getting involved. And
yes.
then say you bring it up and there really isn't an issue and they were on a break or they are looking for a third or whatever their business is, then you kind of look like a drama starter, I feel like,
Well,
oh, be careful what you tell her or what she sees. You know what I mean?
and I think that's a part of the reason why some people answered um none of my business, because it's scary because again, you don't know what people are going through, and you don't know their business. So you
100%.
can bring it up to them, and then they can just kill the messenger, right? They can just be like, you know
100%.
what, how do you know this information? You know what, screw you. Oh, do you want my husband? But I'm just gonna say it right now, if any of my friends ever acted this way, that would be the last day we saw each other, and that would probably the last day that I called them my friend, because
It's
I
true.
have so much trust and faith, and I am so completely sure of any of my friends that I ever came to them, that's not the reaction they were going to welcome me with. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it's
no,
like,
absolutely. And that's why I think it matters who we're talking about. Because
yes,
obviously, if you're in a relationship and I see the guy on a dating site, oh, I'm calling you the second I see it. Like, what the hell? But
yes,
if you're not a close friend and you don't know the situation, it's a gray area, I think.
yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. Some people they're going to say regardless, and maybe that's the right. I mean, I don't know that there's a right answer, but I don't
And
know.
okay, well, let's just pretend that it is a close friend. Let's just pretend that I am dating someone, and then you legit saw that person at the bar with someone else.
Oh, yeah.
I think delivery is also very important. No matter how close you are, yes, you probably want to, like, this very second. Oh my God, like this, you know what I mean? I think different people need different approach. I don't think everybody is okay with taking news aggressively and so
Yeah,
sudden. You know what I mean? I think
you're probably right.
some people are a little bit more sensitive, so you probably need to like warm them up a little bit before you even drop the news.
That's why you're such a good friend. Because for me, I would just be like, guess what I know. But you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, if it's a good friend and you know they're going to be devastated and you know that they are going to take this hard, then you're absolutely right.
And then who wants to deal with like a crying, sobbing
This is
green
why I just
monster?
don't date. You don't ever have to worry about this with me.
I mean, at one point I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I'm
Well,
starting to lose hope.
hopefully we're not gonna have to worry about it. You know what? That's so exhausting. Even thinking about
I
like,
know. I know. It makes me feel happy to be single because I've dealt with that shit. Like, I don't have to worry about that. Yes.
okay,
I don't have
so
to worry
have
about who
you?
you're talking to, what you're looking at on Instagram, what you're deleting. I don't have to worry about none of that.
So have you ever had a situation where somebody told you, "Hey, like I think your man is cheating"?
No, I've always known before. Because that's how I am. I have insecure attachment issues. So, even if my man doesn't give me a lot, I just need a little bit of a glimmer of being unsure, and I'm in your phone, I'm in your social media, and it's not healthy. And I hope my next relationship is not that way because I would like to not live that way. It's
Yeah,
exhausting.
it is.
But that's how my previous relationships were. And unfortunately, every time I looked, I found something. So,
Yeah. I've uh I've had people uh, I've had people tell me that they think that my boyfriend at the time was cheating, and he was 100% cheating. Uh Obviously when the years went by now, I'm like, how many people were involved at this point? You know what I mean?
truly.
Like cuz I thought there was only one, but now I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
could have been anybody at this point, you know?
Uh-huh.
So, but I was in a situation years ago. This was when I lived in a different state, and this was when I was a party girl, and I was going to this, it was like my hometown bar, and I was there like 6 nights out of the week and whatever. And one time I saw someone, an acquaintance of mine, was dating at a time, and she was back home in her home country, and he was there with a woman and
Oof.
on a date or whatever. And I talked to our mutual, and basically I told her like, hey, like this is, whatever. And she was like, don't get involved. She was like, they're grown people. They're and they, at the time, I think they were like in their like early 30s, and I was like, it's none of my business. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's really none of my
yeah,
business. And guess what? These people, I mean, I'm not really close with them. I'm not just, I see those people on like Facebook and stuff, but
yeah.
like, they're still together. They have 2 children,
That's usually how it goes.
you
And the
know?
thing is,
So,
if you were to tell them, let's be honest, they probably would still be together. Like women, I hate to point the finger at women. I people, but I feel like a lot of times women don't leave. Like you find out that people are cheating, and then they make it work, and they continue together, and then you feel dumb for even bringing it up. You're like, oh, okay, guess it's fine. I mean, to be real,
you are so right for saying this because I think that's probably the worst part about it. If you came to someone and you told them, hey, like, this is what I
yeah,
know, and then regardless
they're
if they
mad for
took
a
it,
week, and then they're back together.
and
Yeah,
then you, and then that person knows that you talk shit, which I don't give a fuck.
exactly,
I don't give a
exactly.
fuck. I,
Exactly.
I
So then all the little mutual you go for Friendsgiving and stuff, and everyone hates you. All his friends
yep,
hate you. Like, do you really want to open that can of worms? They're not going to break up anyway.
yep. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. All the boys hate you because
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. He's like, don't tell her anything. Don't open up to
oh,
her because she'll tell.
and especially if you are single like me, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's why you're single. That's why no man is
Yeah.
gonna want to be
No
with you
thanks.
because you be fucking talking and this and that and the." I already know. I
Yep.
already know how it goes.
Yep. No thanks. I don't want any part of that. So, I mean, in that aspect, when we talk about these kind of topics, I like just breathe a sigh of relief because I'm like, oh, I don't have to worry about it.
But there's another part of it. What happens if you knew the whole time that at the end the person is going to know that you knew the whole time but never said anything? That's fucked up.
What do you mean? Like
Like,
you're
okay, like for example, you come to me and you're like, uh, so and so have been cheating on me for the past year, blah blah blah, and then your man tells you, "Oh, Fatima knew. Fatima saw me with another girl, but she didn't say nothing." And you're gonna come
oh
to me and you're gonna be like, "You've known this about 8 months and you haven't told me." You know what I mean?
yeah, that's an interesting perspective.
Because
I
that's
think
even worse.
yeah, oof. But again, I think it goes back to who this person is. Because
Well,
if
yeah,
they're
that's what I'm
close,
saying. But like a close friend, like me and you.
yeah, no, no, no. I would always tell. I would always. That's
Exactly.
not
That's
even a
what I'm saying.
question.
Like, if I found out that you were keeping something from
Oh
me
no,
for
no, no,
this
no, no.
long,
No, no, no.
I'm
I'm just talking about like people that I don't know their situation. I just their acquaintances or coworkers or co-parents or whatever. Like that's different to me. If they're a friend, I'm telling you.
yeah, no, but you know it happens often because especially if it's like two couples, a man and a couple, like he will always say, "Don't say nothing. Don't get in the middle. Don't get in between this and that and the other."
That's
And
true.
then
That's true.
but then you're still going to be in the wrong because you're going to be like, "Oh, my husband
You're
made me
damned if you do and you're damned
my
if you
my
don't.
husband made me not see anything." You know, fuck you and your husband. Like I'm telling everyone. I'm going on the news if I have to.
Yeah, you would. You would go on the news. You would love that shit.
Oh my god. And an opportunity to expose a man and an opportunity to make myself famous.
Yes, win-win. You're so funny. I'll never forget when we first met each other. That was like your MO. You're like, I'm here for clout and followers, okay? I was like, oh, okay. Me too, I guess. I didn't even think about that part of it.
You will be popular. That's me. I'm
Popular.
such a Glenda. Okay. So, did you want to add anything to this?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, what another person DM'd me and they said, I think I would tell, but I have terrible face recognition. So I might not unless I'm 100% sure. That that can be a
That's
thing
fair.
too.
That's fair.
When you
That's
can be
me for
like,
sure.
yeah, you can be like, "Oh, I think I saw your boyfriend on Tinder." And then
Oh, you
and
could
then
spin it.
Yeah, and then you send it to them, and then they're like, "That's not my boyfriend. Like, it looks like him, but that's not my boyfriend." You know what I mean? Like, you need to be 100% sure that that's the person.
That's true, but you know what? In hindsight, like also, you could take that same idea and spin it. If you know you're 100% sure, you could still be like, I'm not totally sure if this is really X, but like, I think I saw him on and you're opening that can of worms for her to investigate, and you're not like the end all be all. I kind of like that idea.
Mm,
But I
yeah.
think you're talking about like legitimately they didn't know for sure.
Yeah, they didn't know for sure because
Yeah.
it looks like him, but I'm not sure. It will never happen to me because I have just
Because your man is going to be
amazing.
Pete Davidson and everyone knows what he looks like.
A good point. No, I was gonna say I have an amazing like photographic memory. So like when I see someone at least once, like it just registers in my brain, and then like I will never not be able to
Ugh,
like recognize who you are. And I will even go that far. I'll remember where I met you. Like I will not rest until I remember how and where and what's your even fucking name.
see, I feel like I used to be that way, but now I'm the worst. I don't remember anybody. I don't remember your name. I can kind of remember faces, but not
Yeah.
really. Like, especially in my industry, I've been in it for so long and I've met so many hundreds of people. When I go to events, people are like, hi, Julianne. I'm like, hey. And I never, well, not never, but a lot of times don't know who that person is, where I met them. No clue.
Which our brain is so powerful because it gets to decide what is important for it and what's not. So lots of
That's
times
interesting.
that's your brain just like kind of like cleaning up space for more important information. You know what I mean? You have a
Huh.
lot of stuff that you have to cover in your everyday life. So your brain is like, I'm not going to be able to have the capacity for it. So you
That's
don't
an
need to
interesting
remember that.
perspective. Yeah.
Speaking of faces, I have been meaning to tell you this for weeks, and I keep forgetting because I wanted to bring it up at the pod. So tell me why. I came to work a few weeks ago and my manager is like, "Hey, so there's this interesting thing that happened last week at the other location of my restaurant." And I was like, "What is it?" Somebody pretended to be me, came in, said that their name was Fatima. They
What?
ordered, listen, they ordered stuff to go and then they got their discount. But then one of the girls that worked there, she said, "I know Fatima. That's not Fatima." And he's like, "Do you know who that can be?" I was like, "No, but I am that famous." They
That
died
would be your
laughing.
conclusion.
They literally died laughing. They were like, "Fatima, any normal person would have been like, oh my God, like, is that like identity theft? Like, what's going on? Somebody is like using me." I'm like, somebody's pretending to be me?
It's one of your followers.
It
Crazy.
is, well, okay. In all honesty, it is a little creepy. Like,
Yeah.
who is it?
You don't have any idea? Can they look at the film? Or it's not that serious?
I mean, it's not that serious. What I think it is, I am also like a designated trainer, classroom facilitator. I do train hundreds of people. So maybe it's like one of the people that I trained and then they like maybe quit or something, but still wanted to come in. And I don't know. I have no idea. I
Could
honestly,
be.
it's just me speculating. But like,
Wow.
yeah,
That's creepy. I don't like that. That would
I
bug
know
me.
it is a
That
little
would bug
creepy.
me until I figured out who it was, to be honest.
Yeah, but like, I mean, if it happens again, then maybe. But I think those people got scared because, like, again, the girl that works there, she was like, "That's not Fatima," and I was like, "Now I need to know how they look like because if it was like a good looking person, okay. If not, you do not need to put my name with the dirt, okay?"
But also, why do they not check IDs? Wouldn't that be a simple solution to like confirm?
I, it's not that serious type of thing. You know what I mean? It's
Oh.
like it's a discount at a restaurant, like.
Well, I mean, shit, maybe I'm Fatima now.
You should be. If you ever go to the restaurant that I work at, you should totally say that you are who I am to get a discount.
Can I do it in Seattle?
Absolutely. They're not going to even ask you for
Oh.
anything. Just be like, "I work at this restaurant," and that's it.
Okay.
Girl, this is the time. This is the time where us poor people need to be using every opportunity.
Yeah, I do have this Peloton bike right here, but it's getting cobwebs on it. But hey, at least I'm not hanging my laundry on it anymore. So we're getting
What do
somewhere.
you mean at least? Like, at least it was in some kind of use when you were hanging on your laundry there.
I'm so proud of myself. I have been only doing laundry when I know I will fold it. And so I'm doing one at a time. I pull it out and I fold it.
How does it feel to be God's favorite?
This is a new thing for me. I don't anticipate it actually lasting, but this week my house looks great. It's clean. We're good. But I don't think it's gonna last. But for right this second, we're good.
Okay, perfect.
I'm hosting the
Uh,
holidays on the 23rd, so I'm trying to make my house extra cute, you know?
are you guys are having a get together on the 23rd?
Only on the 23rd. It's like my mom's. So we've always done the 23rd for my mom's side of the family. And so I'm trying to like keep that tradition alive. So I
Yeah.
offered to host. So it'll just be my grandpa, my mom's dad, and then my brother and his family, and then my two cousins, which are my mom's brother, who's also deceased, his kids. So
Okay, okay.
it's a small get together, but you know, the kids are gonna run around and play. We're gonna do a little white elephant. It'll be fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Any holiday get together, good food, something to drink.
Yeah. We're doing like a brunch, which will be great because
Okay.
my mom was like known for a couple different. She was a really good cook, but she made a killer French toast, and we would do like like the cinnamon bread, and then you know the egg and butter, and then put extra like cinnamon and sugar while you're cooking it, and it was so damn good. So I'm gonna do the French toast like the way my mom did it, and then I'll provide, of course, mimosas, screwdrivers, all those things. My family's like my cousins drink, but like my grandpa and my brother and sister in law never have alcohol when they host. But I'm like, I'm hosting, it's my house, so we're gonna have drinks. And then I just decided everyone's bringing something. Nobody offered, but I was like, you guys are gonna bring this, you guys are gonna bring this, Grandpa, you bring your fruit bowl. See you guys on the 23rd. And they were like,
I
great,
mean,
sounds good.
that's why you're a good boss because you do have the sense of like things need to be delegated. Like you
They
bring
do.
this,
Like
you
I'm
bring
not
that,
doing it
and then
all. I'm not doing it all. I wish I
yeah, no,
could.
absolutely.
I wish
Like
I
you,
could, but I
no,
can't.
yeah, but like whatever. Like I think you need to be realist about that. We all want
Yeah.
to be great hosts and have these wild parties and cosplay Martha Stewart, but like
Yeah, I know.
it's not, it's not viable, okay?
Nope.
So, well, enjoy your photo shoot today. I
Oh,
cannot wait to see
thanks.
the pictures. I know they're going to be very cute.
Hopefully, I have to go get
Um
my children ready. They're running around somewhere, not even close
ugh.
to ready. But have a good
Mm,
day,
I
and I love
am.
you.
I love you too. Bye.